Lust is dangerous. Lust is dangerous. It starts small, just a glance, just a thought, just one step in the wrong direction. But before you even realize it, it consumes your mind, your heart, and your soul. And here's a powerful truth most people never realize. Every desire has a price. The Prophet Muhammad warned us clearly, "I have not left behind a trial more harmful to men than the temptation of women." This isn't about blaming women. This is about recognizing that desires are one of Shaytan's strongest weapons to mislead us. Now, before we continue, let's clarify something crucial. When we say chosen ones, it doesn't mean only special people are selected by Allah, while everyone else is left behind. In Islam, the idea of being chosen isn't exclusive to specific individuals, except for the prophets, who were directly chosen by Allah. For the rest of us, anyone can become beloved to Allah. The key to becoming special in the sight of Allah is clear. Taqwa, God consciousness, righteousness, sincerity, and protecting your heart from harmful desires. Allah clearly states in the Quran, "Indeed, the most honorable among you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous among you." Surah Al-Hujurat 49:13. This means being chosen isn't about your looks, status, or popularity. It's about your closeness to Allah through your actions and sincerity. Now, with this in mind, let's deeply explore the 5 painful prices that lust and uncontrolled desires can cost you, no matter who you are. Because once you understand these clearly, you'll realize exactly why taqwa and self-control are essential for everyone seeking Allah's love and protection. Touch 1. Lust weakens the heart and soul. Lust isn't just a physical desire, it's a disease that eats away at the heart. It starts small, a harmless thought, a quick glance, a little curiosity, but over time, it grows, spreads, and takes control. Before you even realize it, your mind becomes restless, your prayers feel empty, your connection with Allah weakens. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned us, when a believer commits a sin, a black dot appears on his heart. If he repents, it is removed. But if he continues, the blackness spreads until it covers his entire heart. May Allah protect our hearts from the disease of lust and guide us toward purity and self-control. Lust is one of those sins that slowly darkens the heart, making it confused and distant from Allah. And here's the worst part. You start feeling empty. No matter how much you chase desires, you lose the sweetness of Iman, faith. Your du'as feel weaker, your salah feels robotic, and guilt slowly fades. Why? Because lust disconnects you from what truly nourishes your soul, your relationship with Allah. Allah warns us in the Quran, "Do not follow your desires, for they will lead you away from the path of Allah." Surah 38:26. This is exactly why so many people today feel lost, anxious, and disconnected from their faith. They think fulfilling desires will bring happiness, but instead it leaves them feeling emptier than before. And the longer someone allows lust to take over, the harder it becomes to feel that deep connection with Allah. So before it's too late, protect your heart, because once lust takes root, the price is always greater than what you thought you'd pay. 2. Lust destroys self-control and discipline. One of the biggest illusions of lust is that it makes you feel like you're in control. You think, it's just a little desire. I can stop anytime. It's just one glance. It doesn't mean anything. I'll entertain it for now, but I'll change later. But the truth is, lust controls you more than you control it. The moment you give in, even slightly, your self-discipline weakens. You start breaking your own rules, losing control over your thoughts, your time, and eventually your actions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A wise person is the one who controls himself and prepares for the hereafter. And the fool is the one who follows his desires and still hopes for Jannah." Think about that. Lust tricks you into believing you can have both, the pleasures of sin and the reward of Jannah. But in reality, the more you follow your desires, the harder it becomes to control yourself in anything. Your focus disappears. You struggle to concentrate in salah. Your time gets wasted chasing temporary pleasures. Your willpower weakens. You start falling into more sins easily, and here's the worst part. Lust never satisfies. It only makes you crave more, dragging you deeper into a cycle of temptation, regret, and spiritual weakness. Allah warns us in the Quran, "Have you seen the one who takes his desires as his God?" Surah Al-Jathiyah 45:23. This is what happens when lust takes over. It becomes an addiction. It starts controlling your mind, your actions, and eventually your entire life. So ask yourself, are you controlling your desires, or are your desires controlling you? Because once lust weakens your self-discipline, the price you pay is losing control over your own soul. The remaining sections follow the same pattern, reinforcing the dangers of unchecked lust. 3. Lust destroys real love and relationships. Lust is temporary, selfish, and impatient. It makes people addicted to temporary excitement rather than true emotional connection. It creates unrealistic expectations in marriages, leading to dissatisfaction and broken homes. The Prophet advised choosing faith over looks and status, as true love is built on sincerity and commitment. 4. Lust leads to regret and guilt that never goes away. Lust promises pleasure, but it leaves behind guilt, regret, and spiritual emptiness. The Prophet once said, "Shame and modesty are from faith, but shamelessness leads to destruction." 5. Lust blinds you from your true purpose in life. You were created for something greater than chasing desires. The Prophet warned that lust and gluttony are among the greatest dangers to this ummah. Lust distracts, weakens your iman, and makes you forget about the akhirah. Allah warns, "Have you seen the one who follows his desires as his God?" Surah Al-Jathiyah 45:23. Final reminder, choose Allah over your desires. Lust is not just a desire, it's a test. And every test comes with two paths. 1. The easy path, where you follow desires without thinking of the consequences. 2. The harder path, where you resist temptation, control your soul, and stay strong for the sake of Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Jannah is surrounded by hardships, and hellfire is surrounded by desires." Every time you lower your gaze, control your thoughts, and walk away from temptation, you are choosing Allah over your desires, and that choice will never go unnoticed. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "As for those who feared standing before their Lord and restrained themselves from desires, Jannah will be their home." Surah An-Nazi'at 79:40-41. So ask yourself, are you controlling your desires or are they controlling you? Because no moment of lust is worth losing Allah's love. May Allah protect our hearts, strengthen our souls, and guide us toward Jannah. Ameen. Kindly subscribe this channel for more Islamic video.